Hello and welcome to the Sean and Simon Show. This is Series 2 and this is Fill Me In. I'm Simon.
I'm Sean. Alright.
Hey.
Ladies.
So, that's a nice enthusiastic welcome back.
No, it's me being cool.
Alright.
That's what it is.
It's going to take more than a nod and an alright to make you cool. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ought to do it.
That's pretty cool. I'm cool again.
So, what have we got coming up today, Sean?
Well, we're back.
Yeah.
Rejigged.
We've established that.
Rejigged, shut up. Rejigged series, Fill Me In and Squeezebox.
Yeah.
For Series 2. So, do you want to go through with the audience and with me, because I have no idea, what we're doing with the show now?
Yeah, I can do. Fill me in. We've changed it around a bit. The topical debate that we had before is now going to be altered slightly. So I say to Sean, what do you make of? And we'll discuss an event that happened during the week that he probably hasn't heard of.
Because I don't care.
And I want to gauge his reaction to that. And then my opinion is, yeah. I don't know why that.
It was almost as if he had a brain event, and he suddenly realised what's happening here.
Yeah, it is pretty much exactly what happened.
Go on then.
Yeah, my opinion is, hey up, don't sigh at me. My opinion is, let me finally get there. Basically the same as last time. The review. This is going to be the last time ever we do the typical regular review, isn't it? We thought we'd give that a bit of a send off.
We're gonna give it a nice. We're gonna make it go out with a bang.
Yeah, or a whimper, depending on how we perform.
So what's the review being replaced with?
It's going next week. We're going to start it off with a feature called "Let Me Show You," and basically, each week one of us will pick a film, a favourite of ours, a cult classic.
Not necessarily film, music.
Yeah.
Anything from popular media.
Yeah. I mean, it's something we do anyway, isn't it? We give each other things to watch.
And we figure we might as well make a radio feature out of it.
Yeah. Gives us less work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I might make him watch Lord of the Rings, for example, because I know he's not a big fan, but I want to make him like them. So you might have that to come up at some point. So shall we get on with it?
Yeah.
So what do you make of this week? I just wanted to know what you made of the boat race between Oxford and Cambridge. Have you heard anything about that?
No. I'd like you to explain.
That was a silly question, really, because I know you haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, we discussed it in the prep previously. So.
But basically, what happened was, you always get the Oxford and Cambridge boat race every year.
Yeah.
It's going on for hundreds of years, I think.
Yeah. I didn't know, but I can imagine.
Yeah, it's one of their archaic traditions.
Yeah.
And this year,
He says with a comb over.
Yeah.
It's one of their archaic traditions.
Someone in quite a shocking scandal, which in their terms, I guess, this guy protested the boat race by swimming in the middle of the lake while they were racing each other. And do you want to know
why was he protesting?
Do you want to know his actual excuse for protesting?
Go on then.
Elitism. Yeah. The Vegas.
Did he go there?
No. But that's exactly the point, isn't it? I'm going to protest against an academic elite because I'm not part of one.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what your problem is.
Yeah, chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, what was he wearing when he was swimming?
I don't know, I guess trunks or something.
Because if he had done it in the nude, I would have just been like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I'll take some balls, But if he's done it in standard swimming gear, there's no gimmick to it. I'm a bit like, well no, but the fact it's just some knob swimming in a wherever they were rowing.
Yeah, I mean, when you reduce it down to that, it is a pretty pathetic protest.
It is.
Elitism is the vaguest kind of protest ever.
Yeah.
And there's no spectacle to it. But think of it in their kind of dull terms. It is quite a big shock to the system, I reckon.
Well, Has he been arrested?
I don't actually know. I haven't been following it in that much detail, but
I don't know what I make of that. I'm a bit indifferent. I'm just like, well, he's obviously got some deep-seated issues that need to be addressed. That maybe he should have worked harder in school. I don't know.
See, I thought you might find him a bit kind of pathetic and idiotic, like I did. I thought, what a loser.
Because he's got a problem with the elite.
Elitism. What is that? It's not even. He didn't.
A technical definition.
No, I know, but he didn't even say academic elite. He just said elites.
Well, then why didn't he bomb Parliament or something?
Because that's terrorism, Sean.
Well, it could be classed as a form of terrorism. So it's no, that's a weak argument. I'm not gonna.
It's like saying boycotting the Village Fete is an act of terrorism. It is in that same kind of league. Oxbridge academic terrorism.
It's pathetic. Essentially, it's pathetic and
meaningless.
The guy has some serious issues. So what do I make of it? I'm impartial. I don't really care. But the guy, I feel like I haven't wasted any of my life reading about it.
I didn't read about it. I saw it on the news. I think it was on Russell Howard's Good News.
He needs to sort himself out.
Yeah.
Basically.
I think so. Just let him have the little boat race and feel good about themselves.
I know. Just they're not hurting anyone.
I know.
Doing it. Maybe a duck or two, but a couple of trees. Couple of trees to make the oars.
Okay.
And the boats.
Fair dues.
But that's really clutching at straws.
So we've established that it's a fairly non-event.
Yeah.
Okay.
I struggle to actually have an opinion on that. So.
All right. Well, speaking of opinions,
nice link.
Yeah, I thought so. Very professional.
Nice.
We always ruin these professional links by bragging about how professional they are.
Every time. It's usually me as well. I'm the culprit in that. I'm sorry.
That's my turn.
So go on then. What's your opinion?
It's not my opinion this week, is it? It's yours.
Touché. My opinion, right? Well, I have this theory. Okay, and it's got nothing to do with the Sean delusion. Don't worry, in fact it is a bit. If you remember the Sean delusion back from mid-series 1. Nicolas Cage, good old Nicky boy. Nick Cage.
My opinion is Nicolas Cage.
That's it. That's my opinion. Nicolas Cage. Goodbye, everybody.
Good show.
I believe this guy hasn't aged. Now, I know this is quite a big conspiracy theory on the internet about Nicolas Cage.
Is it an actual theory?
Yeah, it's an actual theory. They've got a picture of this guy from the 1800s who looks exactly like Nicolas Cage.
That's incredible.
And they reckon he's an immortal vampire that has just been alive forever. But my thing with him isn't anything so superstitious, but I genuinely think this guy doesn't age.
Right, because that's not superstitious.
No, I mean, Patrick Stewart as well.
Yeah, well, I was going to say Patrick Stewart, he hasn't aged since Series 1 of Next Generation, has he?
Star Trek Next Generation.
Yeah.
Not everybody knows what you're referring to.
Sorry.
You nerd. He hasn't aged since the first series of Next Generation.
I don't know why your impression of me is suddenly this old top.
No, it's because you've got a comb over today, that's why.
I always have this hair.
Yeah, it's just, it looks especially combed over. It's better than my mop though.
Don't diss.
So yeah, Nicolas Cage, you look at you can watch a film with him in it from any time period, and the only thing that will give away what period of time it's from is the effects and who else is in it. You can't tell from his age, you can't look at him and think, oh, it's a young Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I've never thought that. He's always been about 40.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Even early 90s, films he did in the early 90s, he looks old. Not like an old man, like a middle-aged man.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's really weird. I don't know how he does it.
See, he must have been quite an unfortunate 14-year-old. but when he reaches 80, it's going to be a really great asset.
Yeah. He's gonna look as he does now. I just don't think he ages.
He's gonna be the hottest person in the retirement home.
Probably. Yeah, so that's my opinion. Nicolas Cage has some kind of aging issue. Not in a negative way. Well, it was negative when he was younger, but honestly, he looked older when he was younger.
Yeah.
Like, you watch, say, something like Con Air. It's not that old, but you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You look at stars from like that did films in like the early 90s. Bruce Willis, for example. Take Bruce Willis. Okay, he seems to have like aged backwards because he's kind of looks completely different. But oh, that was a bad example. Terrible example. But look at stars from like the early 90s, and then
Oh, you know, just
now.
people in photographs.
Yeah, yeah, but the thing is, stars have like a different level of aging because
do they?
Yeah, they do, because they're exposed to so much more cosmetic surgery and better lifestyles with food and whatever, because they've got the money for it. So they age more gracefully than normal people. You know, in general, I'm not just saying like that's you know, definitely happening. But
I don't know. Diana Rigg looks horrible.
Who's that?
Yeah. Moving on.
But yeah, so I think Nicolas, you compare him to another actor, and it's mind-boggling. It baffles me. I don't know how he does it. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
End of.
Good opinion. I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we're agreed that he's like immortal or something, right?
It's weird that it's just a continuous agreement today.
It is a bit, isn't it?
So
it's definitely out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Although we say this every time, and it seems to be occurring quite often now.
That's true. Maybe at the beginning of Series 1, it was just kind of like more of a macho thing.
It was,
you know?
Yeah. We needed to establish dominance, and then mid-Series 1 we realised that I was the dominant one.
Well, did we? Yeah. Anyway, review.
Not yet.
Alright, well, I'm going to start reviewing.
I'm not going to say a word, I'm going to wait.
Derek was good, wasn't it?
Hello and welcome to the Sean Show.
Behave. Come on.
Yeah, Derek, it was good.
It was good. So what is Derek?
Derek, Ricky Gervais' new thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that it? Derek was good, it was Ricky Gervais.
It's got Karl Pilkington in it.
Yeah. No, but we need to explain the concept a bit more.
Alright, is he mentally, like, deficient? In the most PC term I could think of then.
Ricky Gervais argues that Derek actually isn't, like you say, mentally deficient.
Because I remember in the first ever thing where Derek appeared on that YouTube video.
Yeah, in like 1999.
Yeah, like ages ago.
Yeah.
I think he wasn't he?
He lived with his mum, didn't he?
And was like, he had like help or something.
Yeah.
But he's not now.
No, Ricky Gervais argues that it's not, but then all the critics and stuff have said
he's been offensive to. But the thing is, the way he is, he's got his hair like this, and he's like, oh, it's not time, isn't he?
Yeah, which I don't like. Don't just stick your jaw out.
I know, yeah, that's all he does.
It's
just stick it and he goes,
yeah,
all the time, and it's kind of like, that's hilarious amongst friends. I can understand that being quite funny.
Yeah, but if you did that, I'd be like, yeah, don't base a sitcom on it.
Precisely, I don't think it's strong.
But even then, I wouldn't like laugh particularly hard.
Yeah, it'd be one of those weird things I did, wouldn't it? You know, like my bird.
Your bird?
Yeah, my cheeky bird.
I don't remember that.
You what, mate?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The cheeky flat 5 bird. Last year, we lived in student accommodation, and we were going to see what we could do with getting a bird this year. And for some reason, I don't know how it came about, but I developed this entire like character, this bird that lived and was just cheeky. It was never knew its place. Thought it was one of us. That was a little private joke I thought I'd explain it to the audience. So, Derek,
overall, what do you think? I think in terms of the writing, it needed Stephen Merchant's influence.
I agree.
He's the better writer of the two, and I think you can tell that Ricky Gervais, in terms of comedy writing, although he's a great stand-up and he's a great comic performer, his ideas of what makes great TV comedy are perhaps a little more basic. Like the thing with the falling into the pool and running through the room naked. It's kind of like
I said to you earlier though, because we had this discussion earlier, and I always feel like before this, a lot of their stuff has been sort of like multi-dimensional, and it's been really deep. Even though it's comedy, it's had like layers. This has been very, whilst it was emotionally written, the second half was really emotional.
It was beautiful.
It was really good, yeah.
I wasn't a fan of the first half. Second half blew me.
But I've kind of felt like it was, that you see is what you get with Eric.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any surprises. There's not going to be, except that was a surprise. In terms of the comedy or the content of the I'm trying to think.
No, I know what you mean, because you go back to The Office and Extras even now after so many times of watching them.
Yeah.
And it's always an enjoyable and new experience.
Yeah. You always notice something else. There's always like, oh, that was good what he did there. I see what he's doing there. I see the humour in that. I see what he's trying to say here in terms of like views on the world or whatever.
Yeah.
But this just doesn't have any of that, I don't think.
But that's something that we commented on when we saw Stephen Merchant live. We said, it was obvious even then which jokes were his.
Yeah,
in The Office and Extras.
Definitely. Seeing Steve Merchant live definitely opened my eyes anyway as to where that element of their writing comes from, which was good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like I wasn't a fan of Derek. It was good, but I felt it...
I'm in no rush for the next series.
Yeah.
Unless Steve Merchant gets involved.
I'm not really excited like I was with Life, the first series of Life Too Short. No, I didn't mean that. An Idiot Abroad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every episode of that, I was like, I can't wait for it.
Yeah, me too.
And then like, I loved it, but obviously that wasn't scripted or written. But
no.
But that's my point. It's not that something more. I'm not making any sense.
Karl Pilkington was good.
He was, but this is what I was saying earlier. I think Karl Pilkington just played himself.
Yeah, well, of course.
Had he not gone into radio production and gone into caretaking, that would be him.
But then
he'd probably have more hair as well.
You still need to give him credit though, because I mean the thing is, you look at some people who basically play themselves, and they can't do that convincingly.
What, like Ricky and Brent?
Yeah, well, but kind of, but he does that well. But I mean, you watch an episode of Top Gear, for example, and like Jeremy Clarkson will feign outrage at, something, and you can tell he's faking it. Karl Pilkington, in that, he was genuinely, a decent actor.
Yeah. But I think take him out of his comfort zone. Yeah. Take him away from playing himself, and I don't know how far he would.
You could argue the same about Ricky Gervais. But then
but he's played quite a variety of roles. He's played like from the ridiculous to the cringeworthy to the serious. I mean, I think Ricky Gervais has proven himself as an actor, especially with that scene in The Invention of Lying, and even as Derek, to be able to play someone like, I'm going to say mentally deficient, because he was, he pretty much was, but to have that, he didn't seem to have like, okay, maybe not mentally deficient, maybe like slightly autistic, right? To have that, the thing is, no, hear me out. Derek throughout the entire episode sort of struggled to show emotion.
Yeah.
And he seemed to really struggle to deal with emotion. And then that woman dies, and then it really breaks down. Yeah. And to be able to display that and the difficulty of showing that emotion was really impressive. That blew me away, that did.
Yeah. But then I don't think Karl Pilkington's ever going to have another acting job after this.
Well, you never know.
It's unlikely, I think. That's not his bag, is it, really?
What is, though?
I don't know. Anything he does, it's a surprise, isn't it, really?
I suppose. But they get a bit thingy with podcasts, aren't they? They're on, like, done a lot of them.
Like us?
I don't know as many as them.
No, you're right.
Yeah, so I've got nothing more to say about Derek, to be honest. That was my opinion. Well, how would you rate it then, out of 5? Out of 10, we'll go out of 10.
Out of 10. 6.
6? That's a bit low.
6.5.
Come on, think about the second half.
6.5.
I'd have to go 7 or 8. 7.5.
I'm being generous, it's 65, that's a mid 2-1, that's good.
A mid 2-1?
Yeah.
I'd say 7.5, just simply because of Ricky's acting. in the second half. It was really good.
Okay, well, and on that note, let's end Fill Me In for this week. I've been Simon. Are you going to do this every time?
No, I'm just asserting my dominance.
This is going to wear a bit thin.
I've been Sean, and you have been great.
Bye.
Bye.